I'm having a novel experience. I'm flying sideways. Woohoo! So here's a question. Do you think sub-70 Flexwing should have training? Right, good evening everybody. Back in the PeaBee, yes. So this is the engine test post rebuild, etc. So yeah, the wind's died off. It's going to be howling for the next few days, and I'm away for a couple of weeks. So basically, I wanted to use this opportunity to basically to do a quick check circuit, and maybe let's go and have a chat in flight. Join you in a bit. Dialing with traffic Golf Foxtrot Whistling Romeo departing runway 19 to the south. Dialing more. Right, let's go. Oh, it's definitely a bit rougher up here. So this is again, so as I said earlier, this is a bit of a test flight, so I'm trying to monitor the temperatures, trying to make sure the RPM is looking good. So here's a question. Do you think sub-70 Flexwing should have training? I'm not saying it's a biased perspective at the minute, but clearly I'm seeing a lot of people come through the school who want to fly sub-70. Those that have been following for a while will know I learned with Jim, and the BHPA syllabus that I went through, was it fit for purpose then? It was kind of fit for purpose, but got you through the system quite quickly. There's now a draft version 4 of the BHPA training syllabus. How shall I put it? It's almost as complicated as doing an NPPL. So the one complication you get with sub-70 and wheels, these little things, is that there is a requirement to have insurance. And it always worries me when people start going, I'll just crack on and do it. Because, as I jokingly say at the subsequent Board of Inquiry, have you got insurance? And we live in a world of litigation. So there are a number of routes, and I'm not saying BHPA is the route to go, but the key thing is that you need to be safe. And no matter whether you're flying a Quantum, a Quick R, a PeaBee, an Adam, or a Raptor, stand by for a future video. I do want to fly the Raptor. I've been given permission that I can fly it when it's ready. Do I think there is a requirement for training? There is no need in the exemption for training, but you don't know what you don't know, and that's where it catches a lot of people out. I have known of a number of instances where people have been taxiing a bit fast, they've lifted off, and then absolutely spanked their machine and written it off, or a lot of damage. Now the reason I mention that is, as Ben Ashman said to me when I was going through this, the damage from an accident is generally more expensive than the lessons it would have taken to prevent that accident in the first place. And the problem is, many people have played flight simulators and other things, and their instincts to fly Flexwing are, I don't want to say reversed, but they're not instinctive. But you don't know what you don't know. What I would like to say is, my engine is performing dare I say, quite sweetly tonight. Whether that's going to jinx the flight, I don't know. But right now, I've got the sun just setting behind cloud. And I'm up in the air with a heck of a drift angle. Oh yes! So it seems that because of people following me as well on my Instagram channel, on the screen now, I tend to get a lot of questions and messages. So what I'm going to do, and I'll try and keep it up for as long as possible, I don't know how long Instagram posts stay up for, I'm thinking of doing a bit of a question and answers about the machine, because I get lots of different questions from varying levels of Flexwing pilots about speed to build, storage, consumption, ease of flying, ease of operation, the insurance, everything. If you've got a question for me, and I'm risking this one because it could blow up in my face, as it were, and I'll get no questions, is if you do have a question, I might do a question and answers flight. Okay, look out for that as well. Look out for the Instagram post requesting questions for a Q&A. Because one thing I do love about the channel and the Instagram side of it is the interaction with other pilots and other flyers, or those that are keen, those that want to know about it. Yes, I do keep my glove on a string. I'm having a novel experience. I'm flying sideways. Woohoo! Anyway, sorry if it's a bit of a short video. It's not meant to be a ranty one, but hopefully look out for the Instagram bit. Oh, look at that sky, pastel sky. Darlingmore traffic, Golf Foxtrot Whisker Lima Romeo inbound to you from the west for overhead join for runway 19, Darlingmore. Well, that's it. The light is fading. It's nearly 6 o'clock. Well, the winds are strong up here. My ground speed was 73 miles an hour. But if nothing else, it's been nice just to drag the machine out and go for a fly. Go for a bumble. Yeah, light is definitely fading. Let's get down. Darlingmore traffic, Golf Lima Romeo in the overhead for runway 19, descending dead side. Darlingmore. One question I do get quite frequently is checklists. Now I cut a lot of my checklists out now because you don't want to hear me just chuntering through and through and through. But I have noticed that depending on where I fly, who they've been taught by, there's variations of checklists. So if you'd like me to go through my checklists, why I do them, not just a checklist, because a checklist isn't just for can you recite this verbatim, but a checklist is about making sure the aircraft is configured. And the main point is it doesn't matter whether it's this or a big one, the same checklist I fly also translate across all of them. Just some bits you miss out or you aren't required to do. But if you're switching between aircraft types, I still check for a trim or a GT450, etc. Because if I switch between aircraft types, I need to be able to remember that there's a trim part, even though there isn't one on this aircraft. So let me know if you'd like me to make a video on checklists. So on that note, I'm just about to start my downwind checks, which is Faunce. Fuel. Let's turn final now. Extended centre line. I'm at 800 feet. This is going to be a novel one, but we've got a strong wind today. Yep. 23 miles, 22 miles an hour. I think I'm just going to fly myself down towards the runway. Be quite a strong wind gradient. Anticipate that lower down. So a few people have asked me, do you need an airspeed indicator on a PeaBee or an Adam or a Raptor? And the simple answer is no, because that's hands-off trim. That's going to be about 46. Anything this side of the bar is going to give you more speed, and speed comes control. So bar in. That's for this aircraft. Hey! Small corrections. Speed is bar. Am I on centre line? I am. A little bit rocky. Come on. Come on. Flying myself down to the ground. Looking long. Oh, look at that! Look at that! And then it's wrecked by the bumpy runway. I think the only thing I want to do is increase the idle a bit. But other than that, what a gorgeous flight. Right, temps are looking good. Noting the flight time. And off. Well, I'm hoping there's enough light for the camera, but if nothing else, I had a really good half-hour flight. Engine test complete, happy with that. Just want to check the plug colour afterwards, but I'll do that in my own time. So if you haven't seen my 100-hour servicing video on my thoughts on the PeaBee, that will be a link here. And I say it's just nice to get out. These aircraft are fantastic. I say it's not been too much effort. Half-hour flight, I've probably burnt about less than 3 litres of fuel. I'll check in a minute. And as I said in that video, please don't think it's a roundabout training. It's not pushing training or anything like that, but as I always say, you don't know what you don't know, and I always like people to be safe in the skies. We share the skies with many other flyers, and there's nothing worse than not being able to control your aircraft. As I said, I'll put a post up in the Instagram thing about a Q&A. So hopefully that will be on the same day that I release the video, and say if not, look out for that. But say it's just nice to have a bit of a silly grin after a day in the hangar. And I might do a little bit of a day in the life in the hangar here, because I say it's not just all about flying, what I do up at Darley Moor, it's a lot more about the maintenance. And if you haven't seen the channel that Mark runs, sort of Wingnuts, link here as well to his channel. But as I said, this has just been a great evening to go flying, and until next time everybody, fly safe. Oh, and look out for the Instagram Q&A.